looks like we got a little bit longer cord, so we'll have a little bit closer speaker in a moment. Thank you. We tried a few different ways to set this up to get the optimum audio, and I think this is what we're going to have. Thank you. And maybe we'll see if we can put this over here. Okay. The audio recording is going to be played off a computer, obviously going out through the speaker in front of you. We are also, in order to assist you in listening to the recording, be distributing in a few moments a transcript of the statement. Now, I want to give you some information and directions regarding the transcript. The evidence in the case is what is said in the recording and not what is written on the transcript. Now, what we have frequently in transcript, I should say, audio tapes that are made in different contexts that come into court cases is frequently the production qualities are not the same as you might see in a television show where they have a variety of, they can go back and do it over, et cetera, et cetera. The people, for example, in the TV show will not talk over each other. They may be more conscious of articulating the line. So our experience is that it frequently is an aid to a jury to have a transcript to follow along. However, this is a very important however, the transcript is not evidence of what was said. It is someone's best effort to transcribe, and you will see, for example, there are places where the transcriber indicated indiscernible because they could not make out what was said. So what I am directing is that as jurors, you understand that this is an aid, but is not evidence. Evidence is what was said in the interview. And if you would keep that in mind in the course of your work as a jury and as jurors, that again, in all these situations where we might use a transcript as an aid, it is not what the transcriber thought was said, but ultimately what the jury thinks was said. And again, to repeat myself, the transcript experience has shown is helpful. Also, getting back to the production qualities, as you've heard in the testimony, a lot of folks have testified from Missouri or Missouri, depending upon how they want to pronounce it, and there is a accent difference between here and there, so I think that adds to the challenge. So I think the transcript may be of assistance there. And finally, I just want to ask a few questions of the detective before we proceed with reading the transcript. And officer, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Officer.
Oh.
Officer.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions regarding the interview just to set the scene here for a moment?
Sir.
Okay. In the transcript and in the recording itself, I take it there is some recording of activity prior to advising Mr. Stangeland of his rights. Is that your recollection of the tape? In other words, it starts recording for a minute or so before the advisement of rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in fact, he comes into the room, as I understand what is here, after the tape has started, so the very beginning is just officers present in the place that's being recorded. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
And could you tell us again the nature of the place where the recording was made?
It was in an interview room, what they classify as interview room in Miller County Sheriff's Office.
And what kind of recording equipment do they use there again?
Their equipment, I'm not real sure, but their equipment was hooked up into their interview room. And I think that their equipment may have been a little older than what would have been standardized at the time.
In other words, the recording system is built into the room in some way?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There was some echoing.
Okay. And again, the recording starts before Mr. Stangeland has been brought into the room, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why don't we hand out the transcripts?
Thank you, Judge.
Down.
Judge, before we begin to play, could I just ask the witness just a
Yeah.
couple other questions?
Stand by.
Officer,
Oh,
just,
everybody have their transcripts there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're just going to have a few additional foundational questions, and then we will commence the tape. Go ahead.
just to follow up on a couple of the judge's questions, you indicated that before you advised Mr. Stangeland of his Miranda warnings, there was some discussion going on before the defendant came into the room, essentially.
Yes, sir.
Who were you speaking with?
I'm speaking with Shane Simmons.
Jason? Was there anyone else in the room? Was it just you two? Before Mr. Stangeland?
For the first few minutes, yes, sir, there was.
The conversation that you were having initially before the defendant came into the room, did that relate to the case at all, or was that just general discussion?
It was just general discussion as far as, that there are knowledge, his particular knowledge and my particular knowledge about Mr. Stanley.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play the tape. The first section will be about 1 hour. We'll take a break, and then, as I understand it, there's another half an hour. So the first stretch will be 1 hour.
I told the sergeant to go ahead and set that up, and you would have copied the desk before you answered. Yes, sir. Whatever rocket science, it all sounds that much. You said thing is, this one here, it used to be from, this is the older gas, yeah. Well, it ain't older gas, that's older, still, I think up there, I was up there. Years ago, when I first started out, park, we didn't have a multiplexer to watch about films from different business. Watch about his behind the liquor store, he had a real small multiplexer machine. And so we go in there and use it, then just break the line. After he set the doors, he lost a lot of money, and he found out, and we were ready to rest everything down. He still got like one of those months. I'm right. Okay, well, he's still to give me, appreciate it. Go ahead. Good. Here's everything to do something to eat a cigarette and empty the house. Yes. Remember Shane? Remember me? Oh yeah, I remember you.
Judge, let's stop the this for a moment. I just want to ask one question of the witness.
Sorry, you're right.
Officer, on this transcript, you see there are some question marks next to the individual who is speaking, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you also see the initials DS.
Yes, sir.
And you've had an opportunity to review this transcript and listen to the tape, correct?
Yes, sir.
Where it says DS, does that designate Doug Stangeland?
Yes, sir.
So he's the person that's speaking anywhere it says DS, correct?
Yes, sir.
Whenever there's a question mark, would that be either you or Officer Simmons?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Very good, we'll continue the tape.
Thank you, Jesse, okay? Yes, right, remain silent. Anything you say can't be used in court. The rest of the word for advice, for asking questions, or they have a word when you bring questions. If you do not afford the lawyer, we will be appointed for you formal questions if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time until you talk to a lawyer. And change your rights. That's 1 feet. Okay. Doug, if you don't mind, I'm going to put my initials next to what the Miranda rights I read to you, if you don't mind. 1-3. Put your initials next to mine. And then there's a there about the waiver rights. Just explain that if you like, you can waive the rights to an attorney and talk to us at the age. What grade you attend school through. We're employed by you understand the English language. And actually something like that on there. And sign something like that. Okay? Yes, initial later. Yes, sir. Okay. No, but I've got some questions too. Can I trust you? I don't.
But like I said, as far as us all doing, we'll just just like anybody else will. You sit on that side table, sit on this side table, but we're both the same reason, but the truth is on this side.
I would like that too. Because, and that's what I mean. I didn't, I know John wants it. I know Chris, Ron, I knew before he was ever ran for office. You know what I mean? So.
I've only been serving,
Yeah, I just haven't been around. I don't, I just, I don't know whether or not.
I thought the other day, you got one side of the story, you got two ends.
I know, but, how heavy they're trying to accuse me of everything in New Jersey. And, how do you want to say it? Well, I've got to tell you, who will change everything. You know what I mean? I just want myself to be changed, is what it amounts to.
Well, I can't promise you that.
That's just it.
Sheriff can't promise you that. Can't promise you that. All right? That's gonna be New Jersey plans. That's not the prosecutor. And
If I have the time to show my hand on hope yet, is what it amounts to.
well, I don't think you can tell something we haven't already told you. But I gotta at least, if you're really talk to us on the phone and talk about that, if you want to stop anytime you can, is that right? I said, you get to the point you feel uncomfortable, you just stop.
I'd like to come out here and have a smoke. What I'd really like to do,
I don't know who you arrange that, but we don't trust you.
is employee get the money out of my evidence, or somebody's out of evidence, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
See, the question is, I'm sure.
You know, like I said, I don't know, all stands now, or what everything will be, if it could be called misdemeanors or not. Because I've never done this one shit. It's just sure as heck, that's what I'm
You know, based on that information, you change that direction, everything, but everything we've got in regards to that, it could be useful for you. All you gotta do is tell us everything in regards to
Tell us when it all first started and because we have an idea of what's most difficult to have investigation, we know, and we know where you're going. But we need to take your side of the story.
From what point?
I don't guess, man, whether it get lost, probably it's your claims for children good.
It really, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, it was in second. And then the same last name, someone I went to school with, which I was telling them that I definitely was connected to. And I'm sure there's been names before, you know.
So you went to school with Ralph Martin?
No.
He's 17 years old.
Okay, I didn't know that was
But no, I didn't know if he had a son or not, but it's like, it's either his nephew or great nephew or something. He's been one of those a couple of years older than I am. And I don't know for a fact that he's even involved in it. All the sprint cars at the same time. I was messing around with another friend of mine, Kenny Hansen, and he brought up in South Dakota. And we ended up at the same track at the same times, and
What came about to say within the last 6 months to a year that started all this?
we walked the chapter together here, and
Really glad that you're on with it, when we know.
barbecue.
Have you ever been interested in joining the Hell Damage Award? Any approach you said you wanted to start a chapter and ask you wanted to get involved?
You think that I have been such a long-term acquaintance of the family, you know, how it always works.
And that was from the guy back in South Dakota, or?
Oh, no, he never even wanted me to ever talk to him. You know, so, yeah, he never even wanted me to talk to him. Oh, we don't get along, we don't get along. Okay, so why not, you really don't, and, you know, and you gotta go county shop, and does this, and does that.
Of course, South Dakota, so.
It's really right now, I'd rather not say, 'cause I don't want to get done, because he never was called or talked to me.
You're really involved in them?
Not that I know, if I asked him if he was when I was 17 and he was 19, he's, I don't have nothing to do with that, thanks, and I'd be scared of him. You know, yeah.
So what do you know what day it goes?
I almost said somewhere around here. But he's wanting to get this going. And it's a new chapter, and there's all these opportunities, huh? Pardon? And this is the only way anybody could ever get in without going through the whole process, which is to be requested to join and be an officer in the job. And when there's other job, you can be a treasurer, and none of you guys, so. I think we'll start with that.
Did Bill ever tell you that, what his relation was to Ralph Martin? Okay,
Can you tell me where he came from?
we don't know.
Because, I mean, he pulled a hell of a game on his ex-wife and his daughters, that were even in their thirties, who his mom had. You know, and if they never met their supposed selling or anything.
Yeah, we haven't, we haven't been able to find it all through that.
Huh?
I know she don't know it, it's just.
Oh, okay.
They're toxic, I mean, because she's around.
Yeah.
If we get this. So. We'll start. How did, whose idea was this investment business? And how did that come about?
Billy.
It started out with all the Billy's idea to lead up to where we are today.
What started all this as far as the, home days there in South of Metz, and then leading up to this situation out in New Jersey.
This morning.
Where did that knowledge come from? Was it a and stuff?
He came with the innocence to do it, you know. He didn't make no trouble with what he was saying and to out the south. So,
Cool.
you rather heard that before too.
No? I mean, I heard large pieces, but where did this actually come from? Tell us how that came about.
Where I got over 525,000. And whatever year, I say 10 years ago,
When you go on doing this,
where I told me, oh, Bill, you know, if there's anything doing, while I was in New Jersey, had an office, you know, and what it was supposed to be, they were a lending company or not a lending company, but you wouldn't call it. Finance. Cash flow, you know, he had to put the $525,000 down to get, I think it was a $4 million line of credit to do, there was a funding company or whatever you want to call it, you know, for instance. Well, for construction, yeah, you know, but yeah, he just needed to close up construction or whatever. And
Kind of like spec contract.
yes, you know, but he had expected, you know, like $4 million to finish his job and only $525 cash out and they brought him the money to, you know, finish it up. The primary thing. You know, so, and no excuse ever came on why if he was declined, they were supposed to return funds, never got returned. So, you know, although we can collect that, we can do that, we can do that. And the local man had hooked up, Roy with Jeff Muller. Really, you know, catch that.
so let me go back here a little bit. Roy Slate's never said anything about wanting to collect, or trying to get you guys to collect or anything like that. This was
Not later, when,
This was Billy Barber's idea.
yeah. Roy thought, you know, and we thought there was some way, like in computers or whatever, that, you know, you just transfer it back out later.
Was Barber's idea to get this money, was his plan to give any of it back to Roy, or was he gonna keep it all?
That I don't know. I don't know. Because we never got that far.
Had Roy ever had conversations with Billy, we talking together about this idea?
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Yeah, no, there's always, and we just acted like that in his house.
Did they together come up with this plan to do all this?
Roy, no. Well, Bill,
Just for
Billy's like, you can do this, you gotta do that. You
So
gotta-
was Roy involved, is what we're asking, as far as, was he sitting there when the plans were made?
No,
With the lake?
no, he
He just wanted to tell Billy about it, and then Billy come up with this idea and go do this.
took the ball and ran with it.
Why would Billy want to do this for Roy?
For the percentage, 25%, supposedly it was.
So Roy said we could have 25% of the thing requested.
Yeah. But he didn't want anybody hurt, it was also Roy's words.
Roy wanted collection, or wanted the money back.
Yes, but like in a legal means, instead of, you know, what happened.
Did Roy know that Billy was claiming to be the son of, and started a chapter?
Yeah, and then he made a comment that he wished he had never, after knowing that, he wished he had never even mentioned.
Okay, when he knew when he was sitting there right breaking the deal, he had 25% until took off back to the organization.
And then he said he wished he had never even brought it up. You know, and then I want to say, here's Billy having discussions and punching.
Billy punched Roy?
Yeah. And then, that's too far now. But yeah, that was always, you're too far now.
So Roy knew was this plan to get this money back.
No, he never did. He never did.
So what was he fighting about?
Him not coming up with any money, to cover expenses.
Because we don't bring up
Mhm.
the collection. Is that why you were doing the machines?
To show where money was spent.
Because you were supposed to be reimbursed?
Not necessarily, it was just, I was just thinking, when you keep every receipt to show where it's going, and,
So if he wanted to get his money back, was he going to present this to the slaves and then say, we have a collection fee that we're going to collect 25%? Is that how that's supposed to go?
You said Roy offered 25% on it.
that's what Billy said,
That's what Billy said in charge.
Okay, and Roy agreed to that originally.
Yes, and, but he, I remember them saying, over and over, he didn't want anybody hurt.
Who said that?
Roy.
And back when, what time of year was it? Monthly, 6 months, 6 months.
In August, I think. I don't remember for sure, no. I don't know for sure.
Alright, and where did it start becoming normal? The claim was made, and what led up to what actually happened?
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. Operating money out of, to the thing can. All those were like, started, hadn't been much money there, whatever to do with things like that. But, they gotta have a set, they probably got $50,000 or $100,000, just laying around. And you scoop people out of $500,000 at a time. You can't put it in the bank, you can't do this, you can't do that, you gotta have it. It'll leave it. Can't get into it.
Who was all the
They were two, that are here.
More, you know,
anybody was anybody claiming and using or how that was going on?
Yeah. Which is,
Who made the claim?
nobody told us what to do. Sit down and
Who all was associated with this recall chapter?
Back originally, there was incentives. Originally. It was like COP, Jimmy, he had one restaurant today.
Big work out there.
I think, let's see, Larry. Yes, sir. month something. If I had my cell phone, I could get it, phone, which I still get, Rich Hill there too. He's about 50 years old and retired. I don't know when he's doing now. No. And he's got a new body for every night. I don't remember what he was. He's got money. Still, so long, okay, yeah. Heard that. I don't know if I pronounced that. Will you tell me this, you know, because I know I was dealing with that question, that they really ever,
You never did want to find in the DH 214, so to do road on
you said, like, the actually everything, like,
No,
probably radio out there.
actually, supply.
Okay. About, he really was true that, but it was something to us that he was,
Joe Force.
or was, yeah, when I'm building, I could read my stuff.
We did not talk to him. We don't know much about him.
I heard about it, yeah. Supposedly, see, there was his biggest, threat was the chainsaw. And they see those were like the original step, but, yeah. No, building, but, they're supposed to, build themselves.
And were any of these people, you know, pension?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because see, they'd already moved along supposedly, Phil there, he messed up on that tattoo. So, family also, understand? I just use another person's policy. Something like that.
Well, let me say something. We're surprised that you know that you didn't like this problem.
Yeah, that's what, you know, that's why I am. Okay, friends are, you know, when they even in the Marine.
He was a shrine back in 95, 96, in Lake County.
Yeah, see, I knew Harlan Hartley that helped him get through.
1% of these were shrine.
Yeah. It's hard to, you know, there's so much bullshit and,
And he knows it's not coming in.
you know, and, you know, I'm working around, yeah, pushing that, yeah,
All right, so let's go back towards the home days. You said he came up with a plan?
yeah.
Go out there to get some startup money, basically?
Mm-hmm. There's a drive by the, you know, there's nothing.
You all go by those.
I did, and, well, all three. All three, right by what you think, how's it laid out, where's the fit, where's the ground?
Did you ever go out there and drive by with it? Did you go in?
But you might either, he had his, spring store open in the theater at the time, but no, he never did that.
Did he give you an address, or did you?
No.
Okay. Who did you find it?
I used to sell them at the
So
store.
was that your job, was to find out who this guy was? Stanley?
All of us. He wanted to talk about it, tell about the, and get it, and that's like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just go,
you know, I guess if you know that, the average idiot, you know, inside the city limits, and then, you know, you know, go to establishment.
So once this was, conditioning as far as this is what we're gonna do, and then was it, things got started, and find the guy. But then once the guy was found, what happened? What's the next step?
Went out there and the first night was just a complete flop. It was like, there's nothing, there's a little old gal here, there's, you know, they had company, I knew the company, all here to this way.
I was in, was
Two,
in Florida.
and, you know, there's a couple of dogs and, you know, I never said so.
What happened, did somebody poison the dog? Who done that?
And he mixed up I don't know what, just some hamburger and that up there.
Is that the same night that the, on the bed, the fire?
No. David,
Tell you guys what was there, got on your own and all this.
he said, you go get the two ski masks, you go get this, you go get that, you know, how many ski masks you go do, staff it, you know, but, but you go get this, you go get that, you go get this.
What's business?
Andy showed up with a couple, they were selling somewhere. You don't know where they were, and who they were, but
How many, someone's listening
two,
to,
Waterman, and the one that still had the post office, but stuff like that.
okay, we can have it.
And then, I don't know what brand of it, but the receiver don't get it out and get it companies. It wasn't really rusty, it was just, like, there was a aluminum receiver and a blue, you know.
So he had he showed up with all guns?
And he did that.
I think I disagree with that. I didn't tell him to sit on that, they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So he don't back to how many days he was there.
But Andy, I don't know, to him, I guess they ended up at my house somewhere. I don't know, I don't know where he is.
So there's two soft shotguns, is there any pictures taken up there at the time?
We carry him and it came out.
Two shotguns.
Long enough.
The point.
Then graduate to the east and that side. And they say 40 mile east and 3 to that side. And then they're putting buildings out there, little house on it. They're like you can like back there. Women. Doesn't sit down. And then sit down. And then reach out for whatever. And don't do that, sit down, and you reach some more and you get down that. They intend for it to, but no, they're just, I don't know, I'd like to get hold of the damn gun again, but I'd like to figure it is or something, but it's,
What did y'all ask at that time, Mr. Stanley? Did he ask him to be involved in that?
No, but he wished he could afford to get somebody to go after small. Because if they think for 45 minutes, he would have things on him. Is what he said. When him was like just out in our lives, and yet the smaller and another catch up them for our black one. I love California.
And then you can't please the administration.
No, no. No, and you still will get on in for like, but when you get that up, so you start to, I guess there's some coal mining, right, or coal mining something or other in Utah. And that's the,
So this is all a separate deal he's talking about, that Mr. Lyman, you know, where he says.
yeah, it was Blackman, but not that I don't think that had anything to do with Forest County.
Okay, so there's multiple deals with Mr. Campbell and Marvin. Yeah,
No,
this is all the same thing.
no, I mean, no, you're not gonna stop me up here.
Well, I'm not trying to stop him, I'm trying to figure it out in my head.
Okay.
Because Royce knows like 25,
Mm-hmm.
and he said Mr. Hewlett would take it in
Uh-huh.
for some money,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no guy then writing him to find anything. You know, it's all, is it the same type of deal, you know?
That's what, Chuck Stangeland said. So, that dude was saying, you know, mention the other guy and said, that he was out, that kind of stuff that he had signed.
Because this one here was a financing company to do a project,
Uh-huh.
and then you start talking about the progress, and it's two separate deals. There's a
They
financing
did just an
company.
ongoing deal, and I think it was the wrong one. He has the wrong middle name. I don't know if he did. The other thing. Because, from what I understand, I mean, it was the right one, but, it wasn't checking, that was checking, yeah. Did you guys pick it up? Yes. So it's like, it's the wrong one, you know.
When you guys talked to Stanley about this situation here, this kind of deal, did you ask him about the money?
Yeah, he knows everything, though. I know he was in New Jersey and,
Did you give them that address or something like that?
no, one address we had sounded right to me. And that one was very, and,
So you presume that he used that address or whatever it is,
no, just the name of town.
just a number of times, but
Because Carolina is just like, say, in a sense, Grandview is Kansas City. If you don't know, you're not getting all that, yet it just all continues on. Like, Carolina is close enough to New York City, you just, got across to George Washington, you're in New York City, 10 miles away. So I mean, you're the same as in New York City.
So that's the difference.
We'll go, get 25 and get, you know, what money they have and stuff like that, which
We don't take it from
no, I asked if they had checking account, and she said yes right away, and then you got the checkbook out, and looked through it, it's like, holy shit, you know, each month you get the negative sign, basically, in front of, until the social security check comes in, you got social security and some kind of, pension or whatever, oh yeah, we get $1,300 a month or something, social security for this. Okay, you know, I looked at my God and blow my eyes like, this is not right.
What happened after that? He wrote it.
What did you do? Probably call it for whatever it is and show you something.
So you got left there, what did you get from him?
Around the 10% and ended up like that.
You all called your lead, or?
Oh, yeah, the full haul, I had 2 miles. Nobody's calling, telling me, hey, this, hey, that.
Where was you at?
Sitting in my plane in my house.
Okay, so you mentioned anything about that?
Mhm.
All the other house?
was Kim Hunter or whatever it is,
Nothing, they never say nothing for us, but, all of it is asked.
Who else did it?
Yeah. Well, Kim, her, she I think it's what we got. Yeah. You know, this other gentleman, I don't know where she is, like, right now. Where she
involved?
no, not at all. Yeah, so it's like, more thing, like a normally had the veteran machine business right up in the next. Yeah, he was even, if he's supposed to get the money out and put those in, but then,
So you guys went back to the house,
back to the house, told him what was going on, that's a bunch of bullshit, he should have went himself, you got something. You know, maybe feel like you're really stupid or not hard enough or whatever, but, you know, like I said, hey, the pictures on the wall look like the ones that come with a double white truck, so does the furniture that was, you know, checking account had they had $13 cash for them. You know, like, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing to get, no, there's no silver, there's no diamond, there's nothing, you know. So,
and they want to fire that tonight.
and then he pressured and pressured and pressured and pressured, from Roy. So we finally came up with some,
What do you want? What do you get your money for?
expenses to go to New Jersey,
How much money?
$10,000.
That one alone.
I have to look back on the receipts.
Before the first trip.
Yes, before the first trip. Or maybe 5. Before the first trip.
And this was located more than one.
And you can say, you know, nothing, you know, nobody get hurt, nobody's supposed to get hurt.
Was it ever got this one?
Sure. And, you know,
From his mother? Did Martin tell Roy about the situation on scanners? But,
yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, that Roy had gave misinformation, misleading information, or false information, however you want to word that one. But that's why he had to have cash from Roy.
Was Roy afraid of Billy?
Well, after he threatened to kill his son and his daughter, his son's kids, his mother. Yeah.
He didn't get it.
Yeah, things like that.
You know, very same conversation. So he get the money, Bill does. So he actually got some money to go to the city.
So,
How much did he do that?
2,000, 2,000,
2,000.
and who knows what the bigger deal is.
So, what did they do? You know, the plan.
Just hopefully go up here and get, pick this guy up and the other angels will be ready to help him, so you cut it down and find out where, get the money out of him, wire transfer to some account, just the way the money deal works with, from Florida. The 520,000 didn't get sent to back here to Jersey, it got sent to back in London. Then, you know, it just got transferred right on the money, so I think we got that number. And I don't know where, and I don't have the account number now, maybe it's in amongst the receipts, but, I don't know if he's the paper, or his account number, or bank routing.
What is that money for?
I do not know, and I don't remember the number, but it starts like with 101. So, the way I have bank routing numbers, it will have to be somewhere in the Midwest.
On the US bank line.
I don't remember what the next numbers were, but it was 101, just like Mexico. You know, I've done wired stuff before over the years.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, that's why I just think, you know, Midwest, why, but,
Who told that first trip?
I did to, what the hell, we made it as far as Scranton, and then being I wasn't able to rent a rental car with my Walmart debit card, you know, my prepaid one, I was such an incompetent dumbass that he had to rent a rental car in Pittsburgh with the winter car. And then him and Lonnie drove it.
He came the first time that he did?
And there was a, Petra was up, Ohio, take the family statement.
Did you have anybody who did that?
And
Okay, so you know,
and we made it as far as scrapping. But then we had to come back to, whether it was the Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, is where we went back to, you know, like a halfway point. Lonnie and Billy came in this rental car. And then we swapped, Andy and Billy went back to the bed in my car. And then Mom and I went back. Oh,
anybody who did the rental car?
Enterprise. The credit card that was used for was meant to be in part of training. And of course, Lonnie had to be the one to go do it. He said that he was doing internet installs. And that's what they needed to actually do it for. Well, supposedly, I didn't check in like I was supposed to. I didn't get the rental car like I was supposed to. I just screwed up and screwed up and screwed up and screwed up, so there's no help. That's okay. No, it was different. Yeah, they're just supposed to, I guess, if you're like ninjas, doing like from a tree somewhere and stand it out. Yeah, but then they decided to withdraw because I screwed up so much, so it's hard. One died in, and he ran out, simply ran out and plain and ran out. And I looked at him, he looked at me, you know, we were, you know, looking at the house, we were looking at the, you know, the business.
Where'd you get all these letters?
I'm a phone book. You know what I mean? Because Billy had this deal printed out. We went to Scranton, or not Scranton.
Where did you print that one out?
Off the computer.
Was it?
I think so, if there were, you know, because I who knows, with it.
When was the first big one?
30th of December, something like that. I don't, we didn't say what the receipt, I can tell you the exact day, but what it.
You guys went up to the recon?
That's about all the first trip really amounted to. And there's a house in Mahwah, New Jersey, that just looks like something you'd see at the country club in a day. All cedar shaped house. Everything was just, you know, all kept up in the yard, all that kind of stuff. That's it, 2 weeks before Christmas, that's a Christmas decoration. Nothing. Not a light on, not, you know, but the, you know, the lawn was decent, but, you know, everything picked up around it. The yard was full covered up, it's like, the people in the court, you know, so whatever. Look at that house, it's like, you know, what are they going to do? Like, nobody's living here. You know, it's just, well, you know, this other, in Fairlawn, New Jersey, where the office was, yeah, there was an office there. Like a three-story building with an indoor covered parking. When you go in and go to, the address was 30-33, suite 201, well, 201, you know, the second floor. Lonnie went in, we parked in the parking lot, Lonnie went in and looked, 201, Jewish Yellow Pages. It was like, okay, you send that out, you know, that's a type of investment. And that was showing that it was a home on Billy's stuff, that that was a residence. No residence, was, you know, like an office. Bullshit, you know. And you say, no, and that's what we're saying, it's just the same guy, that good guy, if you're supposedly worth $1 million, why did you thinking that about that? Oh, it's the right guy, it's the right guy, it's the right guy. Yeah, we finally got like this, oh, well, okay, chief says to come on back if the government want, you know, and, you know, he can, you know, chief being himself. And, you know, that was another one, we disappointed him so bad and this and that.
You'll come back to this break. What's the fire and sure that continue?
It's when you're going back, and you're going back and finish, that's what he's going to do. Chief wants to know, and, you know, In the meantime, he decided to close the store. So all that stuff sitting down in the building. You know, that, so you do it, but I can go and do all that. But again, one of the guilty fellows in that, there's a little bit of work.
I'll do that, just so
We can't do something. And you gotta go through the state of that. And not just a word of the word. That would be why.
all right, so, what about the second? And did Roy know what that after the first year? Is he still coming on the house, or does that contact with him?
I don't know. He sent me like text message to be careful or whatever, and I don't know if he meant to be careful, no, to be careful, I don't know what, you know. No, that's what I'm saying.
Bill, carry a gun a lot?
At one point, yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember, there's different ones, different times.
Where do you live?
Yeah. But then before you split up, it was twice. Well, hopefully that's not too much. One night, got back to him and said, you know, all I said, I wouldn't say that, I know that. But, you know, they go, oh, boy, you're going to be, you know, it's like that, you know, something. Two.
Is that when you still living with these guys?
No,
Been up in 18?
no, it's running back. Look at me, yeah. No, so I wasn't ever that close to it, it looked pretty good. I hate to say it was a 22 or 25, or, I don't know, we didn't look that. Yeah.
All right, so who was back up on tape? Excuse me, so,
The three of us,
and Michelle,
one and
and who was that? I did.
no, but I did. You know, nobody else had to be basically make it.
Did you money go out there?
No, it was my script, so I don't know. On the first one, you know, like the believe.
Was back up there, what's the fire?
Well, they was, we knew where he lived, we knew where the business was. Went by the first night, and he went home early. Watched him leave, you know.
Are you gonna have this at this time?
Supposedly,
Or is it supposed to take this?
just like that, it magically appeared out of somewhere when the time was right. And he got in trouble, he was terrible. Right, like he really wanted that.
So at the moment, they were supposed to round this guy up, if there was trouble, this guy was supposed to show up.
And
So,
that's what we were told.
okay.
And,
Missed him first, but he's gonna learn it.
and, you know, we just left it at that, and he got there with this morning.
I didn't have to know the next name.
Well, then, there was, he tried to kill him. I think so.
I think he's,
So,
Who's the person?
Ryan, and I had my feet tangled up getting out the door to get out with him.
because
And one of those two, I don't know if Andy pushed the button on it, or, I think it had to get Andy. I got around the back of the car, and, back door was already open on the other side, I don't know who got it open. I just got there in time to get out of basically their way, but in the back lane went, then I got in the drive, and I was out there.
Anything, in particular transpired from that point until they go there?
you said in the back there.
Well, I mean, Andy,
How's you guys get through the filter? You know, something.
he's in the back seat behind him. And how do you want to say it, my goofy size in front of him, just, I just covered him, I don't know. But no, he wasn't.
Do you know if one of them might have left his hand there?
Just kept asking him about if, he knew where any of his money was, and, he had $6 million to, somewhere to give, but he thought our last one to give, or, that's what he wanted to ask him. Because it does do, it does,
Whose phones were you using? When you using your phone, the phone bills?
all three of them. They didn't consider it. 660, 383. There's one that he had Andy using. Well, two different ones that he had Andy using, but then I don't know what they would have.
660
No, 417. 549, 1010, and 549, 191. And Andy had both 1010 and 1001. Before I let him, let Jennifer that was still in the business, having to get her a cell phone. And then, when she moved out, and got the phone back, and then changed the number on that, that's when Andy everything. That's her street right now.
What about you on the
That's how it was, they didn't say he put the gas in, we must have water in the truck. Or, where it's at, down.
So you guys did ask this brewer guy about money and everything like that on the way back, or business phone.
He got the wrong guy, I don't have money like that, I don't have anything, I don't have, when it came out, but, you got the wrong guy, and then, I think we're talking, well, why do you think we got the wrong guy, but, we look for, what, Jeff Muller, well, Jeff, number W or whatever. And I said, Jeffrey W. Well, he said, I'm Jeffrey, he said,
So what about you don't real money in it?
And you just kept on coming back with
what
it.
that is supposed to do?
What did you do that?
I don't know. What it was, I don't know. I don't know what it was, not what special.
So we're
Technically, yeah, I'm trying to get money out.
We talking about that in it?
No, no.
on this particular trip, Billy, before we left or during, while you're on the trip, Billy told you to bring it back.
No, that was never the plan, was to bring them all the way back. We were supposed to have this helper out there, and as soon as we had him taken wherever, and, get the bank routing numbers and all, and just do a transfer out of his checking account, and someone didn't have change. What was saying, I didn't have any like that. I'll wait for what you want to say. No, it makes sense. There never was any. So, I knew there wasn't any help at all. But,
You guys, this guy been picking up.
Okay, is that the
Yes.
right point? Okay. If you want to leave the transcripts on your chairs, we'll take a break for a short while, and then we'll,
30 minutes, sir.
30 minutes, okay.